everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you are not new, if you are new, welcome to my channel. And you should also subscribe before you leave this video. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. And today, I have some shit to talk. I want to apologize for the situation that's going on my hair and face and eyebrows. We're struggling right now, and it's just not a cute situation. I don't know, that's all I gotta say about that. First and foremost, I want to first issue a public apology because a while back, I remember saying in one of my previous videos that I was not going to talk about COVID-19 or anything relating to it because I wanted to maintain this air of positivity and stress-free, anxiety-free energy on my channel. But it seems like this pandemic has caused all of the celery juice gurus and influencers with their pills and their shakes and everything to come out of the woodwork with all of their nonsense, making all these ridiculous claims about their products, making claims about this cures coronavirus, this will keep you sick, and God, I've just seen all kinds of crazy stuff. Because I am a science and health person and this channel is all about health, wellness, and fitness, I realized that it would be kind of hard to completely avoid it. So I apologize for saying I wasn't gonna talk about it, and now I'm talking about it right now in this video. Please forgive me and please stay with me. So let's get into the video. The other day I was minding my own business, perusing Instagram, and I came across a really interesting profile of someone who calls himself a holistic health coach. Hang on, let's pull it up so I don't say anything wrong here. Okay, so this person calls themselves a holistic counselor. I don't know what that means. I see some detox stuff. You all know how I feel about detoxing. Her goal is to turn the whole world vegan. I came across a particular video and we're going to watch that video and commentate on that video because she says a lot of things that are, in a word, ridiculous. Recently in the news, it's come out that people who have the highest who are at the highest risk of dying due to complications of COVID-19 usually have underlying chronic diseases such as high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. She also mentioned how African Americans are, or the media has stated that African Americans are at an increased risk from dying due to complications of COVID-19. She apparently did not like this and went off on quite a bit of a rant about how, well, it's not just because we're black and that we're dying. They're trying to destroy our melanin, and our melanin will protect us, and let's just watch it.
Hey family, it's your holistic counselor. I'm making this video because Dr. Fossey, who is an immunologist at the National Institute for Infectious Disease and Allergies, has come forward on national TV and say that beware to the black community because we have a higher percentage rate of dying from complications of the SARS coronavirus, which causes COVID-19. Okay, and if you remember a month ago or so ago, there was this rumor online that black people could not become infected by SARS coronavirus 2, which we know was a rumor put out by a bogus news outlet online. But my thought immediately when people started saying this rumor that black people couldn't get SARS coronavirus, my brain went to why and who wants the black community to be unprepared, ill-prepared for this crisis. Because as I studied the SARS coronavirus 2 disease, which causes the COVID-19 disease, I found that that virus connects to the ACE2 receptors in the lungs. We know that Asians and those with compromised immunity, specifically high blood pressure, diabetes, pulmonary problems, as well as cardiovascular issues, have a higher expression of ACE2 receptors in the body. And I said at that moment, our community needs to take their diet more seriously. The people that say, I don't care, I'm gonna live, I'm gonna eat my meat. My grandma lived until she was 90 and ain't.
Okay, I wanna just pause it right there. First of all, you should really never ever let your guard down. You should always wash your hands. You should always practice good hygiene. You should never lick doorknobs. So she said people want us, I guess people, I don't know who she's talking about when she says people, or maybe she said the government, want us to let our guard down so that we, you know, oh, black people can't get coronavirus, so we're gonna go and lick all the doorknobs. No, you should never lick doorknobs, and you should practice safe hygiene all the time. Viruses and parasites, for the most part, don't discriminate. Yes, there are people that are more susceptible to dying due to complications from them and having complications from certain viruses and parasites than other people are, but for the most part, they don't really discriminate. I think it's also worth pointing out that this person eats a vegan diet, and she seems very passionate about veganism, which is cool. She just really quick just now said, I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna eat my meat. I'm gonna watch it again.
The people that say, I don't care, I'm gonna live, I'm gonna eat my meat, my grandma.
There, right there. She just said, people that say, I don't care, I'm gonna live, I'm gonna eat my meat. I think by that she's implying that people who, I guess those of us who eat an omnivore diet, those of us who regularly consume animal products are, I don't know, I guess we're more susceptible to dying from coronavirus. I don't know. It definitely she seems like she has a little bit of an agenda to, it's not a little bit of an agenda. It says right in her bio that she wants to turn the world vegan. So I guess it's not really a little bit of an agenda. But I guess by her saying that, she's kind of implying that if you eat meat, you're more susceptible, or, you know, you shouldn't eat meat and you shouldn't eat animal products, I guess. Let's keep going.
Lived until she was 90 and ain't nothing wrong with her. Don't be scared now. Keep on, keeping on with that same philosophy. But I can assure you that they are purposefully putting things in our community to make us ill prepared, health-wise, psychologically, spiritually, and mentally. It's time to wake up, my people, and understand into your body either brings you closer to health or bring you closer to death. If you're not scared,
we're all closer to death every single day, technically, aren't we?
If you're not scared, then this message is not for you. But if you are the ones who are feeling spiritually that this message is for you, I am telling you, change your diet so that you can become prepared, so you don't have to get ready, that you stay ready. Okay? We have to stop eating the foods that compromise our immunity. My great ancestor, Dr. Laila Africa, said, no drug works unless it is destroying the melanin. It is not that the black and brown communities are doing horribly with eating. Everybody is eating horribly. But what we have to understand is the chemicals that are put into their food distorts and deteriorates our melanin. It's not that we're eating bad or worse than everybody else, but the melanin that we have allows us to absorb twice as much of the chemicals that's in the food than any other. And that's what we have to realize. The war is on the melanin. So you have to eat.
There's only a little bit of this video left, but I thought that would be a good stopping point for now. There's quite a bit to unpack there. Most people, when I say people, I live in North America, so I'm talking about North Americans. She's correct to say that most people do eat a terrible diet. The average American diet is awful, usually really high in sugary drinks, saturated fats, things like that. African Americans take the lead right now in obesity and chronic illness, and it's not for nothing. Why this is could be anything from socioeconomics to the culture, or a combination of things. But the average African American eats a terrible diet. High in fried foods, high in saturated fats, a lot of sugary drinks, really bad stuff. So for health officials to say African Americans seem to have a higher chance of dying due to complications from COVID-19 is not wrong. It's not untrue. The evidence is right there, and it's based on quite a bit of research. For what we know about COVID-19, those with underlying health conditions such as high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes mellitus, asthma, obesity, and those with compromised immune systems, these people have a higher chance of dying due to complications. Very frequently, a lot of these conditions are brought on by poor diet and lifestyle choices. It's not really a surprise that African Americans have a higher chance of dying due to complications from COVID-19. Okay, then she goes into this thing about how the drugs we take are, quote, destroying our melanin. That's really interesting. I've never heard anything like that before. Maybe because it's nonsense. What is melanin? I feel like this is such a basic thing that everybody says, but not everybody really knows what melanin is. Melanin is a dark brown to black, naturally occurring pigment that's found in most living things. In medical terminology, the prefix melano means black, and the suffix -site means cell. With the exception of those with conditions such as albinism, piebaldism, or vitiligo, most of us have fully functioning melanocytes in our bodies, but the level of melanin production from our melanocytes varies from person to person. For example, a very dark-skinned person, their melanocytes produce a lot of melanin for them. And a very light-skinned person, their melanocytes don't produce as much melanin for them. In someone affected with albinism, their melanocytes don't function at all or may not even be present in their bodies, which is why people affected with albinism have no pigment at all in their hair, skin, or eyes. In short, we all have melanocytes, but how much melanin they produce is what makes us all different colors of the rainbow. She states that the melanin that we have, when I say we and us, I'm pretty sure she's just referring to black people. This is a black female, so I think she's just referring to black people. She says that the melanin that we have allows us to absorb twice as many chemicals from our food, which she is also implying is chemically treated. She says the war is on our melanin, so as to suggest that Big Pharma is attacking black people. But my dear, remember, we all have melanin, unless you're albino. So by that logic, pharmaceutical companies are really trying to destroy all of us, not just African Americans, as you're suggesting here. I also fail to understand how melanin allows us to absorb chemicals from our food. Based on my knowledge, melanin's main purpose is to protect our hair and skin from UV damage. Detox water. Just kidding. It's regular water with lemons in it. Detox water is nonsense.
To eat the foods, because we are electric people, that will build you up, not only your immune system, but your melanin as well. Because all the drugs, whether they're in the food, whether they're in the prescriptions, whether they're in the vaccinations, destroy our melanin. Okay? So we have to become aware of that. And we have to understand, no, you're not just, they want to say it's the black and brown communities. No, you're not the sickest of the people. You're not doing the worst. Everybody's eating bad, but you have to know.
Once again, in the United States, African Americans take the lead in obesity and chronic disease. That's not my opinion, that's a fact. And you can find many publications and studies that support this.
That because of your melanin, you absorb twice or more chemicals in the food than any other person walking this earth. Peace, love, and light, family. Link in the bio to start your journey. Okay, the Surviving Vegan Detox Challenge. If you don't know where to start, you can start there. Look at my story highlights.
All right, that's enough of that. Okay, something else that she says that I think is interesting. She says we need to eat foods that build up our melanin. She doesn't say what foods, but my guess is she very passionately adheres to veganism. My guess is that she's probably saying we need to go vegan to build up our melanin. Again, she didn't say it outright, but my guess is that's probably what she's implying by saying that. I'm not a registered dietitian yet. You all know that. I'm still a dietetic student. Been a nutrition student how long have I been? I've been a nutrition student for about 1.5 years. I actually have a fitness nutritionist certification from NASA that I got the same time I got my personal training certification. I do have a biology degree. However, I don't consider myself an expert here. I don't recall learning in school as an undergrad, biology student, or now even as a dietetic student, any foods that build up melanin. I can't think of any foods that build up melanin or stimulate melanin production. Since the scope of my education doesn't delve this far yet, I decided to take to Instagram and ask some of my RD friends that I follow. So this is the post that I put on my Instagram story, and I put a little question in there for people to type in their responses. Eat Right Guy, who is a registered dietitian, says, not that I know of. Aloha Nutrition, who I actually know her personally, she said, it won't let me post it in the box, but supposedly yes, but it's not evidence-based. This emoji. And then blah, 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 I asked her if she could name any, and she said, I've seen vitamin C foods and collagen helps with skin integrity, but yeah, I haven't delved into this at all. So great that you are. Thank you. And I think we got a couple other responses. Let's see what other people said. This person said, hi. Person asked me if I'm using any workout plans. No. This person said, please go like my last post. This person said they love my page, and this person sent me a palm tree emoji and a cloud emoji. I don't think they understood the question. Well, we got 2 dietitians to respond, and they both pretty much said no. I also noticed that she said that our vaccines are destroying our melanin as well, so she's likely an anti-vaxxer, which That's her choice. I guess that means there's more coronavirus vaccine for us. So since this pandemic started, it seems like all of these people, like all of these, you know, your health gurus and your people with their shakes and their pills and their supplements, just everybody's coming out of the woodwork saying things, making crazy claims about how their product fixes this, their product cures that. I saw somebody who does who's in an essential oil MLM that does that said that oregano oil has been proven to treat or cure coronavirus. What? Whenever there's something going on like this, you know, I think people kind of scramble because they're scared to find a solution, find a cure, find an answer. And people who don't know any better, people who, I don't want to use the word ignorant, but people who are incorrectly educated will listen to somebody like this and be like, you know what? I'm not going to get the COVID-19 vaccine because it's going to destroy my melanin. First of all, not just black people have melanin. Everyone has melanin, unless you're albino. The point I think I'm trying to drive home here is you can't just listen to anybody. It's so important to do your own research and seek the word of professionals, health professionals, nutrition professionals, wellness professionals, you know, anything like that. And I mean a professional, not someone that just calls himself a holistic coach, a holistic health coach. What does that even mean? Ask scientists, ask personal trainers, ask doctors, ask an infectious disease professional. I don't understand how it's legal that people can spread anything other than facts. Science-based facts. I feel like if I sit here and keep talking about this, I'm never gonna shut up. So I think I got my point across. I'm gonna shut this down now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Remember to always stay skeptical and stay hungry for knowledge. Bye.